Up until now, we've changed the appearance of our site working mostly with the style sheet, but this technique only lets us do cosmetic changes to the existing structure. If we want to make more advanced changes to the look and behavior of the site, we need to start making changes to the actual theme template files that generate the HTML markup. The way a WordPress child theme works is, as long as there are no custom template files residing in the child themes folder, the original theme files from the parent theme will be used. That also means the second we copy one of those template files into our child theme, we can start making changes to it. When I look at this site, there's one glaring omission that we need to deal with right away. You'll notice that when I hover my mouse over the header image here, there's no link. Now this is something that you see on a lot of websites, and it's something that annoys me, and it annoys a lot of people who use the internet. If you have a header image, people intuitively want to click on it to go home to the front page. And because that's the behavior that people expect, you should always include it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to change the header so that the whole image becomes a link. To do that, we're going to introduce a header file to our child theme. So I'll go into the 2010 folder, which I have here on my left, and I'll scroll down and find the header file, and I'll simply pull it over and copy it into my child theme. Now I have the header file in my child theme, and I can start working on it in Eclipse to make the change I need. So I'll go to Eclipse, refresh my folder view, and open the header file. This header file controls the header component of my site. And again, this code is kind of confusing unless you know what's going on. But if you look really closely and you just read it as if it was normal text, it makes sense. You just have to be very careful what you read. What we need to do here is deal with the actual image. And if we look very closely at the text here, you'll see that we have the image down here, or rather we have it here on line 77. The way I know this is because if we go to the site and I use the Web Developer Tools, Control-Shift-I, and I use the magnifying glass and click on the image, you'll see here's the actual code that gets output. Image, source, and then a link, and then the width and the height. If I go back to Eclipse, you'll see image, source, header image, which is the link, and then the width and the height. So this is what I want to change. What I want to do is add the link to the image. So what I'm going to do is wrap this entire stack of code in a link. That's because this code actually tests whether or not the header image should be a predefined image or an image assigned using the post thumbnail function. So I need to add an image link here. So I'll simply go and say new anchor. I'll just say pound for now. Close it, and I'll cut out the end of the anchor and put it down at the end of the NF. When I save this and go reload the page, you'll see that we now have the whole header image as a link. But of course, the link points nowhere because I just put in the pound key. So what I want to do is find the auto-generated link that points to my homepage no matter what I do. So here I'll show you a very smart trick. Instead of trying to figure this out on your own, steal some code from the existing file. We already know that the header title in the original theme pointed back to the home page, which means the code is there and we should be able to steal that link code. It's actually right here under heading tag. You see here it says ahref and then it says echo home URL. That's the actual home URL to our site. So we just need to copy this entire string of code all the way down to the end of the tab and then use that as our anchor. So instead of what I put in, which was ahref pound, I'll copy it and paste in that entire anchor, save it, reload the page. And now when I hover over it, it actually shows the title. And if I use the magnifying glass and I click on it, you'll see we now have the link, which goes to the local host, has a title and a relation. If we quickly look at the actual code we just copied, it says href, which is the link, goes to the home URL. The title is the actual title of the blog or the site, and the relation is home. It may seem like a small thing, but ensuring that the header image actually points to the home page is one of the often overlooked but hugely important user experience things that all serious web designers and developers should incorporate in their regular process. The whole idea of a website is to make it as easy as possible for people to find the information they're looking for, and a simple thing like this will go a long way to achieve that goal.